Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and I hope you're all doing good. And today I'm gonna review a very favorite book of mine again, which is called as The Coworker. So which is written by Freida McFadden. Before going on with this book, I have to talk something about the author. Freida McFadden is my favorite author. She's the best author when it comes to thrillers. I really love reading thriller books more than any genre of book which I've ever read. When it comes to thriller, I think we should talk about Freida McFadden. So I read a lot of works of Freida McFadden and I think this is my fourth book of hers. This book is really amazing. So today I'm going to review about this particular book called as The Coworker. So this Coworker revolves around the character who's a protagonist called as Natalie Farrell, who works as a salesperson in the company called as Vixit. Okay, Vixit is a company which basically sells the nutritional based kind of supplements or products which we usually say. Okay, when we talk about a salesperson, what comes into our mind? That person should be extremely extrovert. They should have that communication skill which I lack. She has a very good communication skills. She's good at good in interacting with people. She is, more importantly, she's very beautiful. On the other hand, we have the other character, the co-worker of Natalie, who is known as Dawn Schiff. Dawn Schiff works as the accountant in the same company. These two characters are very contrasting. Dawn is someone who's extremely introvert. She doesn't talk to people a lot. She's very shy. She is a contrasting figure to Natalie. She has a weird obsession with turtles. She loves turtles, and her entire room, her entire office space, her cubicle is filled with turtles. So Dawn Schiff is such a kind of a person who's a very introvert, doesn't have communication skill like me. So one day what happens is the co-worker, the Dawn, doesn't show up to the work. Before going on, you should know that Dawn is someone who's very punctual. If the office starts at 8:45, she'll be there at 8:45 no matter what. She's very punctual. Yeah, she's very perfect when it comes to timing, attending meetings, etc. etc. There comes a day where Dawn doesn't show up, where Natalie is promised a meeting with Dawn. The previous day, Dawn would have sent an email to Natalie saying that we had to talk about something, so please be ready at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I guess 2 p.m. yeah. Dawn doesn't show up to the work and Natalie find it very suspicious because it's past 8:45 and if Dawn is not showing up to the work, something is wrong because she's very much punctual. Natalie becomes so suspicious about what's happening. To ignite her suspiciousness, there comes a mobile phone. That mobile phone is kept at the desk of Dawn's, okay? And that phone suddenly rings. Natalie, being so curious, she picks up the phone. On the other line, there's a woman telling in a very trembling voice that, "Help me." So that a sentence is enough to ignite the fear in Natalie. She became so much worried about Dawn because obviously the phone which is kept at the Dawn's cubicle is obviously gonna belong to Dawn's, right? So she became so worried and she said to the manager called as Seth. Seth ignored it because he thought that it could be anyone. Why you concluded that it should be Dawn? Okay, and Natalie ignores that comment of Seth and she thought that okay, she'll be probably turning up to the meeting which she promised, but she doesn't. So this is the point of time when she took her car and went to check on Dawn, whether she's okay. So she goes to the home of Dawn. You might ask how she knows the house of Dawn's. So one day Natalie would have picked up Dawn and she would have dropped her in her house, so that's how she knows the address. And she goes into the house and obviously there is no one. The house was dark, so she had to break in. Again, her curiosity. So she goes in and she discovers many lots of things. You know, she inspects, is it everything okay in the house? And obviously there's something just not okay. In the hall, there's a carpet which is filled with blood. This one thing is enough to call 911. So Natalie called the 911 and they came. They made sure, is everything okay? Is Dawn there inside the house? So there comes the introduction of the other character who's called as the detective Santoro. I'm sorry, I'm really not good at remembering names. If you read the book, you will know. So the detective asks a couple of questions to Natalie and it made her very uncomfortable because the question is not leading good. It actually frames Natalie as a prime suspect. Obviously, according to detective, Natalie framed this murder, and to prove herself innocent, she called the police. That's the theory of detective Sandro, and that's what he believes. So basically, in the eye of everybody, Natalie is a suspect, the prime suspect. So on the other hand, Dawn writes an email about her day, what goes on in a day, to a very mysterious friend called as Mia. She sends this email each and every day, where she has described Natalie very negatively, that she bullies her. Like indirectly, she would have written what happens in her office, how bad Natalie treats her. When the detective goes through all of those things, they come in conclusion that Natalie bullied Dawn and Dawn committed suicide, or that led to the murder of Dawn. Let's come to the point of view of Natalie. Natalie doesn't go with it. She goes against it. She proves that she wants to prove that it's wrong. You please hear my point of view of the story also. I didn't do anything to Dawn. I was very good to Dawn. She's just a co-worker and I've never bullied. Who you will believe? Dawn's point of view, Natalie's point of view. What if someone is framing the entire murder against Natalie? What if Dawn is not the actual victim, but Natalie is? What if Dawn is alive somewhere and framing the murder herself? Who's that mysterious friend? That's the book which entirely talks about who's the victim, who we should believe, who we should not believe. Is someone else framed the entire murder in the office? Who is it? That's what the entire book talks about. How much should I rate the book? I think it will be 4.5, and it's really awesome. You know, after recovering the plot, I thought that okay, this is going somewhere else, and I thought that when I figured out okay, he's a murderer or she's a murderer, and you know, I was totally wrong. The person who you think that murdered or did anything bad to Dawn, or you thought that yeah, I got it. But trust me, you didn't got it. I can't say that I really disliked something about this book, but it was not that fast-paced at the beginning, 10 chapters or 8 chapters. But after that, trust me, it's so much fast-paced. If you're a beginner, it's a really good book for you. And other things which I really loved about the books are the characters revolving around. It's very easy to understand. It's very, very easy to understand. Plain. It's very, very easy to understand if you're a beginner, and it's really fast-paced after 10 chapters. It has very limited number of pages, like 400. If you want to have a very quick read, you can read it. I read it in a day, so trust me, you can read it too. And the characters are like really easy to understand. And the main thing which I loved about the book is the plot, obviously. The plot was insane. I loved the plot. I loved all the plots about Freida McFadden. And this book is, I think, the 4th book which I've read about Freida McFadden's. So if you love this book, after the summary or the review which I've given, please make sure you buy this book. It's available on Amazon, Flipkart. I bought it on Amazon. Please grab this book if you really like the plot. And if you're a thriller person like me, then also try other books of Freida McFadden. She's an author who I love the most. So if you like this video, please subscribe. If you like such kind of bookish content, please comment and support. Bye.